study here in Canada is the most option that we usually recommend for our clients who are intending to become permanent resident. So, ang study, we make it as a pathway to become permanent resident. Yeah, so like say si Hope and Mickey, they arrive. Si Hope is a student and then Mickey is an open work permit holder and then si Baby Hope is gonna be a visitor permit holder. So, ang importante, Hope to become a study permit holder and then so that madala niya diri si Mickey kag si Hope, si Baby Hope. So bali magiging open work permit si Mickey ang magiging full-time worker and then si Baby Hope ya visitor lang siya. Ang ilang nga permit will depend on the stay man ni Hope. Yeah, so bali kung si Hope is allowed to stay 3 years, then like sila nga duha allowed man sila to stay 3 years. Yeah, so but then si Hope is also coming in as a student permit holder, but ang iyang student permit holder, based on the school and the course that she's taking, she's eligible to work also 20 hours a week during the school time and then full-time hours during the school break. But Mickey is like me and Christy, who are Canadian citizen, that he can work anywhere he wants. He is open to work anywhere he wants and wala siya limitation kung pila ka oras iya obrahon. So, as what Mickey and Hope are thinking, si Hope ya is mga budlay kay maeskwela pa siya nga mabalik pa siya sa eskwela, pero not realizing nga si Mickey are gonna be working with him, siya ya ang mga budlay. Sorry, because he needs to work full-time to support the family and as well look at how he can apply for permanent resident even without Hope graduating ang iya nga ginakuha nga kurso. Yeah, so like your option is, as what Christy is saying, because you're already inside Canada, your option to apply as a permanent resident is really more than what you have right now kung ara ka mo sa Thailand or in Philippines. Yeah, so anyways, amo na siya. So you need to so ang first step, you need to look at ano nga school dapat ang katuan ko based on my pathway. Yeah, because based on my goal, I mean. Yeah, so ang goal ko is I want to be permanent resident. So if you are intending to do that, you need to go to a specific school and take a specific course. So usually we have partner schools that we recommend nga diri ka mga school kay because this is a good pathway for you and then that would give you option nga if in case while you're studying you cannot be a permanent resident yet, at least for sure when you graduate you become permanent resident. Yeah, because after graduation, if you take at least a 2-year course in a diploma or certificate program, then you are eligible to apply for the 3 years postgraduate work permit. So it means pag-graduate nyo, may another 3 years ka mo na mag-PGWP. That's what they call the PGWP, is a postgraduate work permit. Yeah, so if you happen to enroll in a school nga hindi na siya nga eligible school for you nga ma-entitled ka for PGWP, then you need to leave Canada after graduation. You cannot extend. So that's why we make sure nga balaan namon kung ano ang inyong goal. Ang goal is to become permanent resident. Okay, we go to this school, we attend these courses, and then so that after 2 years nga natapos mo ang inyong course, then at least you have another 3 years. Imposible na iya nga hindi pa ka mo magiging permanent resident after graduation. That's the longest time that you're gonna apply for your permanent resident. The moment you graduate, you got your diploma, you got your transcript, you graduate in an eligible school, through an international graduate. Yeah, so you you need to look at those as well kung mag-ano. So ari man kami diri because we will guide you for that. Yeah, so bali damo-damo inyo option. Like say si Mickey nag-abot diri, sila ni May Hope, and then si Mickey nag-obra siya, let's say nag-obra siya sa McDonald's, just example McDonald's. Yeah, so si Mickey nag-obra sa McDonald's, then nami si Mickey mag-obra, then like he was promoted as supervisor. Yeah, so si Mickey nag-obra supervisor, after 1 year supervisor, then si Mickey is eligible to apply for PR under the Canadian Experience class or under a provincial nominee program if McDonald's really want to support him sa iya application for PR. So si Hope, wala pa yan nag-graduate, si Mickey ma-apply na yan sa iya PR. So we have a lot of clients that did that under the study program. And also for Hope, like kamo, kung single kamo, you can also apply for PR kung may offer man or may mag-offer sa inyo sa the same invitation or support. Yeah, so to be a student, you need to be a full-time student. So ang first naton nga himuon is we look at the school, and then we look at the school, and then we look at kurso. So most of our students, they take the management course because I think it's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, and some they do bachelor's degree in hospitality management because we don't really focus on kung ano man yung kurso because we just want to come in sa Canada. Yeah. But we have a very good school and a very good course nga mga partner schools nga usually nga gina-offer namon sa clients namon. And usually ang mga estudyante namon, if though hindi man makadto ka mo sa ibang nga lugar, dili ka mo sa Vancouver, because we're here in Vancouver, our office is here in Vancouver, and then we could guide you daw ka nami bila kay may support system and everything. Yeah, so bali may ara kami clients, may mga parents sila or may mga utod sila sa Toronto, Winnipeg or Calgary, but they still choose on Vancouver. By the way, Vancouver is the most beautiful city in the world. It always ranks from first to third, or tugla lowest lagi siguro ikapit, pero daw usually it's the number 1 most beautiful or always the number 2 or number 3. The most livable city in Canada because of our weather, it's like mild lang siya. Yeah, and we're also along Pacific Ocean like Philippines, we're along Pacific Ocean. That's why siguro may singaw pa sang init nga nagakadto sa Vancouver. Yeah. So ang flight straight from Manila is 12 hours. Yeah, so by Philippine Airlines, inatangkilik ko na ang Pilipino nga flight. Yeah, so Philippine Airlines is very comfortable. So I travel to Philippines kami nag-abot lang kami sang 2 weeks ago, but then ang husband ko is already preparing to go back. Yeah, because we have 2 offices in the Philippines sa Iloilo kag Bacolod. So you guys, kung taga Kabangkalan kayo, you can always come sa Bacolod, but then most of our clients makadto sila sa Bacolod, bro. I don't know, maybe they really like to travel to Iloilo kasi siguro naga-shopping pa sila or something. Yeah, so we have nice office in Bacolod, and we have a very good staff in there right now. We just closed for about almost 2 years man because of COVID. Yeah, so I seldom go sa Philippines because we have also 2 offices there, and I'm very confident to leave ang Canada office because Christy is here and we have very good staff too in our office. So anyways, amo na siya ang first thing nga himuon ta is we gonna look at ang school. Like I make kay Hope, they have choose ang Accenda School of Management because it's right in downtown Vancouver, and because of the flexibility kag ang iya nga tuition is not really that expensive. Yeah, and they have the payment by term. Yeah, so medyo affordable siya. Yeah, so bali amo na siya, like say example we found ang Accenda. So we need to be full-time student. So to be a full-time student, you should enroll at least 9 credits every term. There are 4 terms in every year. Yeah. So ang first mga term, whichever nga term ka nag-abot nga ma-attend, or even overseas nga nag-attend, but then right now it's not an option. You need to arrive to attend. So ang first term mo could be January, first term. It could be April, second term, or it could be October, July, third term, and October, fourth term. Yeah, say Mickey comes on July, so that would be ang first term ni Hope. So ma-eskwela siya July, August, September. Okay, so that's the first term. And then ang September is October, November, December. So you need to attend 9 credits every term. Ang 9 credits is equivalent to 9 units. Ang 9 units is like equivalent to 3 subjects sa Philippines. Mm-hmm. Right? So, because it's 3 units every subject. So, I'm gonna ask you, sang naga-college ka mo, pila ka mo ka units every semester? Because as far as I remember, I have at least 24.
24, that's correct.
In a mid-school. So, I think amo na siya ang ano ninyo, ang inyong look at nga full-time student is you only need 9 credits every term. So that's 3 subject, 9 hours ang imo i-attend the school in a week, and then the rest of the hours is yours. Yeah, some of our students, they attend 1 day nga 9 hours, or they break it in 2 days, or they break it on the maximum 3 days. It means 3 hours a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the rest of the hours are yours. Diba, though hindi lang niya burden para nga maging student, it's very flexible para sa inyo. Yeah, but then the only rule there is 20 hours lang ang pwede mo itrabaho kung naga-estudyante ka nga may eskwela ka. So si Hope ma-attend July, ma-attend siya October, and then pwede siya ka-off January, February, March to make it nga mag-ubra lang siya full-time. So, ang rules si Dadira is you attend ang 6 months, ma-off ka 3 months, ma-attend ka 6 months, and then ma-off ka 3 months. Based sa inyo tanan nga mga college graduate ka mo from Philippines, you can complete ang isa ka diploma program, bachelor's degree in 2 years' time. So may ara sila nga bachelor's in hospitality management, bachelor's degree in business management with at least 5 concentration. I think the mostly na ginakuha sa mga client namon is human resource and international marketing, my general accounting, and then my marketing, and then what's the other one? Human resource. Yeah, so human resource, it's most widely nga gina take sa mga clients namon. And then may mga nurses kami naga-business management. So many nurses. And then another one, damo kami mga physiotherapists, kag damo kami mga pharmacists. They're taking business management. It's like, you know how you're gonna present nga a business management. Why business management? So remember I said temporary application. It's like we are presenting ourselves sa visa officer. Ma-apply kita as a student because we want to have the education in Canada, and then we also want to have the skills from Canada and then go back sa Philippines. But you know what? Actually, we're not going back sa Philippines. Yeah, so bali, we just have to look at ano ang akon nga strong ties sa country where I'm coming from, nga ma-reason nga mabalik ako. Yeah, so that's how we gonna look at nga i-work ta ang aton nga study plan, i-present ta. So Christy's job is, covers the part nga tagaan kamo guidelines how to do ang inyo nga study plan. Yeah, kung we need ang business plan, kung medyo weak ang aton nga study plan. Yeah, so we will guide you on that, and then of course ang aton nga financial capability. So aton financial capability, Like, are we able to afford to go sa Canada nga komportable kita, nga may enough funds kita, that fund could be coming from yourselves, of your family relatives nga willing support sa inyo. So they will look at nga ang applicant is not gonna be a burden para sa Canada. Nga maka-contribute ka mo for Canada. It's because you're paying tuition fee and because you also work and contribute your skills sa Canada. Yeah, so bali, ang kinalook at nila is ang tuition fee for 1 year and then also additional 10,000 for the main applicant. So, si Mickey kay maupod, kat si Baby Hope maupod, then that would be another extra 4,000 each. Yeah, so ang show money could be from your name or could be from your parents, can be from your grandparents, can be from your siblings or aunties and uncles, as long as they can show their financial statement through the bank certificate and bank statement for the last 6 months. They don't have to transfer their money to your account. Yeah, so you don't have to see the statements. Balik kami lang gid ang makakita siguro. Yeah, but then if they're comfortable sharing it with you, okay lang naman. Yeah, if they're not, then they can just send it straight sa amon, and then we're gonna also gather all the information from them so that we can make the affidavit of support for them to sign, and then also they need to have it notarized from the local lawyer in Philippines or there in Thailand if sila ang support is coming from Thailand. Yeah, so they also have to provide ang 2 piece of ID nila, one at least with a photo. Yeah, so bali amo na siya nami lang sa student kay because medyo ko naga-support sila, ang money nila is the confidence sila nga safe kay because they never transferred money in your account. So that fund should be in the bank until nga makakuha kita sa final decision. So that would be ang processing time, I could say between 2 to 6 months. Yeah. So I'm not gonna give you time nga when are you coming, because it would depend on you how soon you can complete ang inyong documents kag inyong mga requirements kag ang mga ginapangayo namon sa inyo. Yeah, so we don't do a quick application right away because Christy is very strict. She would, if I'm gonna have to pressure her, she would always tell me, Mommy, you want a fast application or you want to have a good application? Of course, I will say, I want to have a good application. Yeah, so bali, ganon. In a school, it's right downtown Vancouver. Yeah, so pag nagbus ka or you took ang SkyTrain, the school is just right in front of the station or the bus stop. Yeah, so it's very accessible. It's right in downtown Vancouver. I think everybody's waiting how much is it gonna cost for me to enroll. I think amo nakita ko si Christian kagina pa siguro pero gin-mute ko si Christian kaya naghambal si Mickey nga damo-damo sa ko na question. Yeah, so actually medyo may sound lang ko nga gina-hear. That's why I mute everyone. And then I'm gonna unmute everyone to ask question once nga na hambal ko na tanan ang balayran kay basi magpanic na ang tanan. Yeah. So anyways, affordable ang tuition fee, believe me. Yeah. So ang tuition fee is once nga nag-enroll kita, nag-apply kita sa school, may offer of enrollment kita. As soon as we receive the offer of enrollment, we pay right away the first tuition fee. Bisan wala pa kita ka-apply visa, mabayad na kita sa first tuition fee because we need to get the letter of acceptance. Yeah, so when we get the letter of acceptance, that's when we apply ang visa because the letter of acceptance has to attach aton visa application. Yeah, so bali ang bayaran ta first nga tuition fee ta is 5,000 Canadian dollars, and then we can pay 3,000 first, and then the 2,000 can be paid before we register ang aton nga mga courses. So it means mabayad daan ay 3,000 pero si school is not gonna just give you a letter of acceptance without paying the first 3,000 at least. Because si school nagapanigurado nga hindi nyo lang siya pag-usaron para sa inyo application for visa. Yeah, so we have to make that payment. That's already your first tuition fee. Yeah, so hindi na kamo magproblema nga magabot ka mo o mabayad ka mo tuition fee or anything because you're already paying for your first term. So whichever first term is that's gonna apply on your first term. So after 3 months ang aton na second term, like say nag-abot ka mo October or July, and then ang second term ta is October. Yeah, so that's only roughly estimate nga nag-abot abi kita October, and then ang next time is October ang aton nga first term, and then after 3 months ang aton nga second term. So sa second term ang aton tuition fee is 4,996. Basta gina-maintain ta lang at least may 9 credits kita. So 4,996 for the second term. I think for the second term medyo luwag-luwag na para sa inyo kay you're gonna be earning the money that you're gonna be paying for your second term. Unless nga damo-damo pag di kwarta, you're not going to work because some of our students like they brought a lot of money that they work only like 5 hours or something like para lang makatrabaho sila makagwa sa balay nila. Yeah, so like if you're working 20 hours a week, like I think you'll be able to at least cover some of the tuition fee, especially kung si Mickey ari pa di, he's working full time. I don't think nga hindi niya makita ang 5,000 in 3 months time. Yeah, even basing on your minimum wage. Yeah, so most of you are teachers, like I think the chances of you like working in mga daycares or even student aid or something na teacher aid, I mean, so like I think it would be possible for some of you, and then later on maybe you can be teachers here. Give your time, yourself a time, maybe in 5 years time maybe teacher naman kamo sa diri kay because you were able to upgrade and you were able to take courses later on. So anyways, every term you pay 4,996. Mostly, you're gonna be finished ang bachelor's degree, which is a 4-year course. It's a 4-year course, but then kung college graduate ka mo, it would it would shorten to 2 years. So it would mean around 6 terms matapos nyo ang bachelor's degree in business management or bachelor's in hospitality management. Yeah. So pag nagkuha kita sang letter of offer or ang aton pati nga letter of acceptance, naka-indicate dira for your course. But then what you need is you need to bring ang inyo naka-sealed envelope nga transcript kay sa first day of school dira nila, or maybe during the registration or even before the registration, when you go sa school, they will right away look at kung ano ang i-credit nga courses sa inyo nga course towards sa business management. So mostly 2 years ang ila nga makredit sa inyo nga gintapos sa college. Yeah, I think amo na siya ang mostly, but then ang iban di even shorten than 2 years, but then they always look at nga maano nila in 2 years time ang bachelor's degree. So once nga nag-graduate ka mo 2 years, then you get ang 3 years nga postgraduate work permit. That's another open work permit. So if you have family members coming with you, then that would be nga ma-extend man ang ilang stay. Yeah. And then for those people nga nag-apply on a student permit holder, you can bring your common law partner and your dependent children. And your husband, of course. Common law partner, it means you've been living together for at least 1 year continuously. Yeah, so bali, amo na siya, either same sex or opposite sex. So you can bring your partner. Amo na siya ka-unique ang Canada. We don't discriminate ang this sexual orientation. sang isa ka tawo. So we don't discriminate ang religion, ang skin color, ang inyo nga language, ang imo nga sexual orientation. So kanami actually sa Canada, which daw kayo di ang ano namon sa diri, ang amon nga way of understanding sang ano kaga how we look at. So wala ang discrimination, you can do it on yourself secretly, but then hindi ka pwede mag-discriminate on public. So that's how good ang ano sang Canada, because like though big no, we don't call you when you arrive as immigrants kung mag-immigrant ka mo, but then we call you as permanent resident. Yeah. So bali amo na siya ang ano sang school, and then syempre may ano subong, because during COVID si Accenda like naghatag sila sang student grant. Yeah, ang student grant is 15,000. So actually it would end very soon. In-extend lang na nila, it would only be offered sa mga Filipino passport holder na client namon, ang 15,000. So remember when I said ang second term nyo is 4,996, it would be even lower. So it could be from 3,000 or 3,005. We will adjust on how many terms ang inyo nga eskwelahan nga matapos nyo ang bachelor's degree. So they don't give it to you at one time because maputo sila kay basi pagkatapos ma-quit na kamo kay tungod nag-apply na kamo PR. So nagapanigurado man si school nga nila ang 15,000 nga i-distribute nila every term nga naga-eskwela kamo. So it's not really ang 5,000 ang inyo bayran every term, except lang gid sa first term. Yeah, so bali every term after the first term discounted na ang inyong tuition fee. Yeah, so bali si Mickey kag si Hope, they had a 10,000 grant with my niece nga manug-abot naman ba may may ma-attend pa. Okay, so I think medyo late na siya, pero i-catch up ko lang siya karon libat. Yeah, so anyways, amo na siya ang ang amon nga mga clients right now actually frankly speaking, tatlo namon ka staff sa Iloilo nag-apply as a student because of the 15,000 grant. Yeah, so amo na nagakatul ulo ko kay sili ko naglubra ka mo diri dayon ma-apply gali ka mo ya pa Canada. So subong ko kami mag-interview kamo sa amon nga staff ginapamangkot nga namon may intention ka mag-apply sa Canada kay kung may ara hindi ka kapag-hire. Yeah, because we really we really like it nga sila nag-apply, because they can even continue on ang ila employment kung may available kami nga spot sa ila sa diri sa Canada. Yeah, so anyways, amo na siya ang sang school. Ang requirement lang gid is nga apply kita sa school para nga mabalaan ta kung makuha ta ang aton nga grant or kay, because I'm not pressuring any of you, though kung kisa wala ko gina mention ang 15,000 nga grant, but then it's ginaisip-isip ko ang grant siling ko it's more than 500,000 in pesos. Yeah, so you're looking at only paying half sang imo nga entire bachelor's degree. Do mas barato pa nga nagkuha ka bachelor's degree if your tuition fee is that much sang sa nag-eskwela ka sa Philippines. Yeah, so bali doon na, and then at the same time sa Philippines kung nag-eskwela ka lang wala ka gaubra kay because ang aton nga time is very limited kung mag-ubra ka ta. But then here you can study, and on the port of entry you're gonna get your study permit. Sometimes they give 2 permits, study and work permit, but then sometimes isa lang ka permit ginahatag nila, but it would indicate ang remarks sa dalom sang imo nga permit nga eligible ka nga mag-work nga under sa nga section sang regulation and everything like that. Yeah, so bali to come here because of COVID, they are only sa una bisan mag-abot ka di early, pero subong because of the COVID, they want you to arrive at least to 4 weeks. I think they have increased to 4 weeks. Before it's only 2 weeks, so you can be here 4 weeks before your school. And then on that time, pwede ka na surpass ang imo nga jet lag. Kung may mga bata ka mo nga dala, you could arrange already ang school. And then, of course, you need to familiarize yourself with how to take the public transportation. Kung temporary stay ka mo, maybe you have time to look at where to rent ang balay. So actually, again, ang accommodation. So ang accommodation also would depend kung diin ka nag-stay sang part sang Vancouver. Yeah, so kung sa downtown Vancouver, syempre libo-libo ya ang rent, but then there are some rooms too nga ma-rent mo nga may shared bathroom, or sometimes may own bathroom ka, dayon may shared kitchen. So it would range, depending kung medyo layo-layo ka sa Vancouver, may makita ka pa nga 500 pero seldom. So like maybe between mga 500 to 800 sa one bedroom, depending on the location. Yeah, and then a lot of people come here on a temporary base hasta lang makastabilize sila, may obra na sila, and then at the same time they look for an apartment. Yeah, so actually some of our students, they even rent, kung may mga family sila, they rent like isa namon ka student, permanent resident na siya, si Eileen Mickey nga communicate ni Hope. Actually, they're able to afford ang townhouse, and then ang duha nila kabata, they choose to send them sa private school, and they were able to to afford pati ang tuition fee and everything. But I think we also brought some funds with them to come here, but they live comfortably, by having the husband work full-time, and then si Eileen works in our office. Yeah, so bali, did I forget something, Christy? Yeah, so anyways, can you unmute everyone for a question? The last attendant, what's his name? Si Kay? Yeah, I can discuss it with him later on kung ano ang ano. Yeah, so you're unmuted. Oh no. Unmute.
Stay muted and mute.
Yeah. Nakulbaan ko sa ginhambal mo, Mix. Tinatungga mo, question? Si Mike? Sino to?
Si Michael.
Michael? Okay. Sige.
Hindi na,
Ask, basta immigration lang, we're gonna try to answer.
hindi na pagdamuan, pamangkot. Takay matulog kita.
Ay, si Vince wala, hindi ka mabatian.
Hindi, nabatian ko na ka mo. Hello?
Tara na.
Oo.
Yes, Vince.
Okay.
So, damo, feedback. Okay. Sige, Vince. May question, Vince?
Wala ko question, pero may ginhimo ko nga GC. Ang tatlo lang ta with Jackie, who is Indonesian.
Okay.
Kaya nag-inquire siya about sa iya na anak nga gusto mag college sa Canada. Siling ko someone can arrange it for you. Again, GC ta kakagapon.
Yeah. I think we've been Facebook friends for a long time.
Through Primiki and Hope.
Yeah. Thank you, Vince. You know what they could do is send us an email, and then para nga maka-communicate kami through email.
Sige, pwede man isend ko na lang email mo sa iya karon.
Yes, thank you, kid. Thank you. Yeah, so sige, sino may question? Fire na question.
Wala na po daw.
May question ako. Ano ang mas advantage ang lalaki ang mag-eskwela and then babae ang mag-work, or ang wife ang mag-work then ang husband ang wife ang mag-eskwela and then husband ang mag-work?
Actually, you know what? Depende sa inyo. Depende sa inyo. Yeah, so you decide kung sino may patience mag-eskwela. Okay, may patience. Yeah, actually, but then sometimes mahambal ka mo. So may nag-ano pala kung may patian yung sound. Okay. Yeah, so actually, depende sa inyo, but then sometimes nag-advise man kami kung sino ang mas nami mag-eskwela. Sometimes we look at the skills sang mag-asawa. Yeah. So sometimes we look at man kung sino ang mas easier to get in sa school. Yeah. Yeah. So depende sa inyo kung sino ang gusto mag-eskwela. Because I think pareho malang tanan like say sa inyo nga case ni Hope. Pareho malang inyo nga skills, pareho malang inyo education and everything. So depende lang kung ano. But then I think si Hope is better nga mag-eskwela kay tungod may ara nga baby. Yeah. Oo.
Excuse me, pwede na naman po.
Oo.
Sa ako may single ko yung mamaya, ano siya, hindi siya mag-eskwela. Kaya ako niya tuyo yung magkanta sa Canada to work.
To work. Pero hindi ka man ka-work kung hindi ka magkadto di as a student.
Kinanglan gid.
Unless nga may employer ka, but then it's so hard to get an employer right now. So you really need to come here as a student and then ma-work ka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, may question ko, ma'am.
Basi, may masandaran ka pa diya? Nga ma-sponsor man sa imo kay single ka.
Wala na ko chance. Wala na ko chance na.
I don't say that. Is that right? Yeah.
Isa pa rin lang. So while nag-eskwela kami, di kami makuha sa amon yung diet, sa amon yung boarding house, sa amon yung food, ano siya na.
Ang inyo yung nga mani, nga makita, there is Canada.
So ma'am, ibig to say nga, while nag-eskwela kami, at the same month, ma-work kami.
Yes, oo. What are you gonna do with the rest of your time kung hindi ka mag-work? Yeah,
Yes,
because you're only attending 9 hours of school.
Kung amo na, mas prefer ko mag-work, mag-work while nag-eskwela.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you need to work. You know what? You need to work. Yeah, I encourage people to...
Ako na paligdan, may eskwela lang, kung hindi ko makuha sa ako niya, ano-ano, kakalan mo, mas makaya.
Ay, naku, Diyos ko.
So, ako na kinasigurado, kung wala nga, kung jumpy ka, at the same time, pwede ka pwede ka mag-work.
Yeah, Mike, as soon as you arrive, you need to look at where to apply for job. And then, also, don't worry, ang job is more than people who are looking for a job. There's so much job. Basta, Mike, you're just willing to do any job. Amo na siyang panawag namon, survival job, anay, on the first,
Napahila mo din sa kampo, ma'am.
Ay, harap mo lang kali. Sino lang yan ang trabaho sa diri. Oo. Laman si Nikki. Yeah. So actually, did you understand, Christine? His question. Yeah, he's worried, that he's not working, and then how is he gonna get by with all his needs? Mike, wala pa kasi may nakita nga nagutuman sa diri.
Oo, gani ba?
Bisan wala ka bala obra, may work, may food. Kasangkot ang Canada, Mike, pero you know what? Seldom you'll see ang Pilipino ka nga nagutuman ka sa diri, you know what? Something is wrong.
Ma'am, may question ko, ma'am.
Yes, Christian.
While I'm studying, will my children get a free tuition fee?
Elementary and high school, they are free tuition fee as long as you go sa public school. Public school
while I'm
is
studying,
much
right?
better than the private school. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good news.
after 19 months, you are also entitled for the child tax benefit.
Oh, that's
So all
great.
are the kids as long as they're elementary and high school, ha?
And what about kindergarten?
Oh yes, including kinder to grade 12.
Kinder to grade 12.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good
Ma'am,
for your children, actually. Yeah.
can you give me an exact figure kung pila gid ang amon matipon all in all nga matapos gid ang 2 years nga pag-eskwela so that we can have
Yes, okay. Yeah, so if you're looking at regular price of the school is 30,000 Canadian dollars at least. Yeah, so if you're gonna be applying using that grant, but then if you need, if you want to get that grant, you need to apply right away. Yeah, so if you want to get that grant, it's 15,000. It's just like half of the tuition fee.
that would be for 2 years, right?
Yes, that's the entire 2 years. You only pay between 15 to 20 kung may additional pa nga mga credits and everything. Yeah, but at least 15,000 with the grant. Yeah, but
With
like,
the grant.
if your Indonesian friend rents, she's not entitled with that. Yeah, it's only for Filipino passport holder. Yeah,
But
so,
Okay lang.
Mostly ma'am, kung nag-apply ka ng student visa diyan sa Canada, may possibility ba na ma-deny ka or what if
Yes.
nagbigay ka na ng 5,000 and then sabihin ng immigration, no, your application is being denied. Ano mo pa siya, ma-reimburse pa ba yung pera sa iyo?
if you've been refused for your application for visa, it's 100% refundable. But then, if you change your mind, it's not refundable. Yeah.
But
And
mostly naman ma'am na-approve naman lahat na mga application.
about 95% naman, 5% na na-refuse. Like, we're able to, to reapply. So, in the reapplication, you just need to pay another processing fee.
So,
But then, as long as you don't misrepresentation, as long as you don't have any criminality, as long as you don't have any medical issues that that would prohibit you to come here. It means you don't have any communicable disease, you don't have the high demand healthcare na kailangan. So I think you're in Thailand, you're all healthy. Yeah. Yeah. So balik, ang namon ang refuse namon, there's quite a bit of refusal, but we're able to regain it. But then as long nga wala lang ta misrepresentation. Yeah, because we look at also before application, Christian, we also look at ang situation sang isa ka family. We might say, Christian, ikaw lang anay apply because it would be better para sa imo nga application. And then as soon as you arrive, you start ang school, then we can apply them right away for the work permit and the study permits for the entire family. But mostly naman na-approve na pagkatapos because you already have proven that you're really a genuine student. But then I also gonna tell you, some of our applicants, they apply 4 times before they even get their visa. As long as wala lang ta misrepresentation. So, if you have been refused of application or entry to any country, you have to let us know right away. Yeah, because we need to declare that. It would not really affect your application because you've been refused to go to US but then they also look at that because they have the link sa iban man nga country in their immigration. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. May question pa?
Thank you again ma'am for the information.
Is there anything you want to add, Christy?
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yeah, for Christy. I think Christy has something to say. Yeah.
I think so. For the show money that you have to prepare is also very important too. So when you calculate the show money, it's equivalent to the first year tuition plus the living expenses for you and your family members. So for example, your first year tuition might be about 17,000 Canadian dollars. Then for the living expenses for the principal applicant is additional $10,000 for the year. And then for your first dependent, additional 4,000. Then every other dependent after is additional 3,000. So that's the base that they're gonna look at when they're assessing the immigration package. But you have to be prepared to show where's the source of your funds also. So you don't have to, like, if you can't meet the funds on your own, but your spouse can help you, or if you have another supporter, they can also provide support as long as they have their own affidavit that they're willing to provide funds to you for the living expenses and all of that. So that is for you. If you're gonna apply on your own, for example, you probably need to show about 30,000 Canadian equivalent. Yeah, that's gonna be the safe one.
Ako ya grabe, ako niya ginatag sa inyo tag-as kay because the more money you have in the bank, is the better it is the application. But ang standard is what Christy said. Yeah, medyo ginapataasan ko lang kay para hindi ka mo mag-limit. Sa tama-tama, it would be better if it's more. But then like, if it's lesser than what I said, it should be okay. Yeah. So, amo na siya actually like, what Christy said is the exact amount in Canadian dollars. Yeah, you have to also consider that the currency sometimes change. Yeah.
So for the application, one of the highest rate or the highest reason for refusal is if they don't believe you have a strong tie back home. So every time that you're preparing your application, you always really have to emphasize that there is something back home that you can still go back to, right? Because remember, the student is still considered temporary resident. So when you prepare your application, it's good to show that you have more money. It's good to show if you have a good job. So, don't quit your job just because you submit your application, or, if you have a good travel history, good employment, education, if you have assets back home, and also if you have family. So sometimes our clients, they will choose to apply on their own first, or maybe, it's up to you. You can do the whole family, but some will because they don't have other ties back home. So that's why they might apply for themselves first, and then let the family follow.
Yeah. So our services covers, like say, ikaw lang anay, Christian nag-apply, then like, the family would follow. So balik kami managyapon maasikaso for them to follow. So there's no more extra charges incurred in there except for the government fees. So you can apply, but then we also look at ano ang imong strong ties. Like say wala kagid asset sa Philippines, wala kagid balay sa Philippines. Like, we also consider that, or maybe you have strong family ties sa Philippines, then like, we'll say, okay, we can go ahead and apply for all of those. Yeah, and then you also have to consider, because Canada, they are really looking at, the younger you are, the better it is for your application. But it doesn't mean that your 40s, you cannot apply. We have a 52-year-old applicant, and he was able to come because he can prove to the visa officer that his main intention to come here is really to study, but he was able to bring his family. Yeah, so actually because he proved it nga damo saya financial source, and then at the same time ang mga family members damo sa Canada, sa Philippines na bilin and stuff like that. So we always look at, and then one also is if you have a good travel history. Yeah, so we will also look at like where did you travel, like from age 18 or for the last 10 years. Then like we look at like your travel history. If you have been all over the world and then like you wala ka mo nag-overstay, then it's a good application. Yeah. May questions pa? Si Shobi Cayetano. Ay, Michael. Yes, Michael.
Ang ano mo, sa pinakatamisa, processing fee, kailan siya ang madalas ko naman gawin?
Oh, wow. Very good question. You know what? I forgot telling you how much it's gonna cost for you to pay. Yeah. So actually, because I do it the last thing to when I do presentation. Actually, ang amon nga processing fee is $6,800 US. Yeah. So first payment is 3,400, and then on submission of our application, that's the last payment, 3,400. We can extend that 3,400 to your medical exam or biometrics. Yeah, so the process for the application, by the way, I forgot another thing, is kinanlan ko right away ang inyong passport copy kung sino ang estudyante, ang transcript, ang diploma, kag ang resume. I need those 4 documents to apply sa school. And then, if you can all email me, my email is natiesutana@yahoo.ca. Can you type that one, Christine? natiesutana@yahoo.ca. If you can email me, then I could send you right away the questionnaires. So questionnaires should be completed by the main applicant and dependents or accompanying family members 18 and above. Ang fees namon is in 2 payments, and then ang government fees is $150 for the student visa, and then for the open work permit holders are $255, and then for all the student nga maupod nga mga bata is 150, and then also for the visitor pareho kay Baby Hope 100 ang sa iya. Everyone should go for biometrics so are 14 years old and above. So ang biometrics is 85 for each applicant, or you pay to the maximum of 170 for the whole family members nga 14 and above. And then also, once that we have submitted your application to the visa office, then we're gonna get a request for biometrics. So your biometrics can be done either in Thailand, in Bangkok, or either in the Philippines if you wish to do in the Philippines. Yeah, so we will give you ang address where to go, and then also, your medical will be the next request. So, ang medical can be done as well in Bangkok or in Manila. Yeah, so that's your choice as well. Yeah, Manila or Cebu, whichever is more convenient sa inyo. Yeah, so after the medical, then we'll give it a time. Maybe we're gonna have the final decision. Yeah. May questions pa? Wala kasi pinagambal. Or that can be here as this. Oh. I did mute it.
Ma'am, iklaro ko lang for the processing fee, no? $20,000 US dollars pay naman.
Hindi.
No,
6,800.
6,800.
6,800 US dollars?
Oo.
Dollar?
2 payments, yes. That's 2 payments.
How much is the peso, ma'am?
The peso is times 40.
Nasa 272,000 siya.
Ang US is times 50.
50, oo,
So
50.
Canadian, ang US is times 50, ang Canadian is times 40.
Nasa 340 siya.
Yeah.
Go!
Ay, how do you do this? She wants
Sa mga 272 siya sa peso.
Hindi, mga 340.
Could you...
Hello?
Isa may question po ako.
Sir, my question and I read.
Ay, wala akong pamangkot.
Wala? Okay. Yeah, sige, next.
For example, no, what if nagkasakit ka, free ang hospital?
Yes, basta nga may coverage ka mo. Oo. So, bali si Hope needs to pay monthly $75 for the medical. So, bali si Baby Hope amo man $75. Ang visitors, right? Christy, 75 for the baby.
Something like that.
Yeah, 75 for each of them. Ikaw make free ang imo MSP because you're an open work permit holder. Only the student and Baby Hope. Yeah. Yeah, and then everything is free pati ang iya nga ay exams and everything. Yeah. Ang iya lang gid baklon ang amo niyo. Pero kung may extended benefit ka, free man na siya kay covered man siya sang extended benefit because if you're gonna be working, you're gonna get those. Depending sa sang imo nga employer, but most usually after 3 months you have free Yeah. Yes. More or less po 4K pesos po need i-prepare for tuition and other fees po including plane ticket and accommodation ideal amount na. 400K is about how much? 10K. Yeah. Okay, so 5,000 Canadian plus
the tuition is separate, right?
yeah, tuition fee is like around 5,000 first, so that would be around 5,000 plus 40 is 450 5,000 times 40. So 5,000 times 40 and then 3,400 times 50 and then the government fees. So mga 170 plus 170. So you know what I'm gonna do? Ian can hear me? Yeah, I'm gonna email everyone. I'm gonna email everyone to send you the exact amount, the breakdown of the payments. Yeah, if you can just send me all your email address, or you email me at natiesutana@yahoo.ca, and then I'll send each one of you in a separate emails. I'll send each one of you yung copy ng contract namon, copies ng questionnaires. The questionnaires would include ang mga tuition fee and everything, and then also ang contract para makita nyo gid ang mga fees. And then I'm gonna put also separately ang mga tanan nga inyo gastuson. So medical, biometrics, processing fee, tuition fee. Don't treat your show money as money that you're paying because it's a show money. Yeah, because some people they thought, oh, we're gonna be spending millions. No, it's a show money. Ang the rest, okay? Ang the only thing that you need to pay is ang tuition, ang amon nga fees, ang inyong government fees, kag ang inyong ang inyong medical, and then also of course your plane tickets. Ang plane tickets usually they're asking me how much it's gonna cost. Yeah, so actually ang plane tickets ranges depende kung ano ka mga season coming here. Yeah, so ang plane ticket ranges from 800 to 1,200 Canadian dollars. Sometimes makakita pa ka mo lesser than 800. May isa kami client coming on the 11th. Their plane ticket coming from Manila is only 500 plus, but they took ang Korean Airlines. And then they have a layover sa Seoul, I think longer, mga 9 hours. Yeah, but then they don't mind because like, they want to go around too. Yeah. So I got Shelby, Michael, Ian, email address, and then the rest, if you can send me your email address so that I can send you ang mga other information. Yeah. And then the first thing that you're gonna be doing is to apply sa school. You don't need to pay right away until there is an offer. Yeah. Joy, I have Joy's email, Christy. Yeah. I think I have your email, Vince. Yes, yes, Mick.
What if students si Hope, no? And then, kunwari nabuntis siya.
That's good.
What is she going to stop?
Canadian
studying?
citizen niya,
Or-
pre. Canadian citizen ang anak mo.
Actually, we have a client, like I think we already have 2 clients that had babies here. Naging Canadian ang baby nila. But you know what they did is na timing ang ilang nga baby. Gin-adjust man nila sa ilang nga term off na magka-baby siya. And then pagkatapos, gin-term off sang nagbata siya. So bali may 3 months siya and then nag-go back na siya sa school after sang yeah. But then like once na you have a baby, magiging Canadian ang baby. Daw may intention ka nga to have more, how?
Only, of course.
Yeah, that should be Canadian baby na.
So, baby lang tita, ang parents hindi niya permanent.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So, she would be Canadian way before you. She or he. Yeah, after 19 months, nga stay nyo sa Canada as student, maka-apply na kamo sa child tax benefit sa kay baby. Hindi lang ang new baby ha, ang si Baby Hope, excuse me, amo man. Eh, because you've been contributing already.
So, tita, makasila agad si baby if ever. Like,
Yes, yes. Mhm. Basta nga sa age lang siya nga yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think nahuya ang iban o natuyo na ang iban. Yeah. So anyways, if there's any more question, let us know. If you want to ask questions through email or messenger, you can Facebook friend me. You can Facebook friend. You can invite me. Basta magpakilala lang kamo kung ang inyong name sa Facebook is different than your real name. Just let me know, and then you can message me anytime. I think daw mas nami na subong mag-communicate through messenger, no?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Istorya lang. And then at the same time, like usually kung magpadala na ko sa mga documents and everything, I usually send it through email. So it's important that I would also know your email para mapadala ko sa inyo ang email. And then you know what? Ang tanan nga mga documents nga need namon is you can just scan it through your email. And then ang importante, ma-apply lang kita sa school para makuha niyo lang ang grant.
Ma'am, excuse me. Can I have your Facebook account?
Natie, La Saleta, Sutana,
Okay, Natie,
La Saleta, Sutana. There you go. enjoy kagid maglantaw sang akon nga Facebook. sa Philippines kami balaan damo kami mga adventure nga ginobra. Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Ano pa request ako, ma'am?
Di ko mabatian. Ano, sino ni siya? Si Kimberly? Or... Hi, Mr. KMRB. Hindi, taka mabatian. Can you, Anyways, you know what I can do is we can email each other or we can separate later messenger.
Hello, ma'am. Nag-request na ko sa iyo, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll gonna accept it.
Salamat.
Sayang kita, hindi ka namon na-meet nung nagtagto ka diri sa...
Oo, that was many years ago. Pero nagali ka mo dira sa Thailand. Pero who knows, mag-open ang mga borders, Thailand is only 3 hours away from Manila. I mean si Bangkok. Yeah.
Natie,
It's
hello.
really nice to go back. And then this time kung mag-go back, syempre, ara ka mo dira, I think you don't mind showing me kung diin ako dapat makadto mag-shopping, no?
Hello.
Ako gusto ko ma-shopping.
Hello.
Yeah, Christian, the board. Sino ang taga Iloilo besides sa kay Michael? Si Michael, si Christian ang taga Iloilo, no?
Ako taga Kabankalan pero I moved to Dumangas
Oo, ma'am, ako
already.
sa Iloilo, ma'am.
Yeah, oo, may taga Iloilo pa.
Ako.
Everyone else taga Kabangkalan. We have quite a few clients from Kabangkalan. Si Cordova, Mark Cordova, no? With
Cordova.
Carmela. Yeah, Mark Cordova. He's from Kabangkalan. And then may pagit kami nga client right now si Rich Florindo. Yeah. I think ang mother ni Rich is a teacher. Don't remember ko teacher. Yeah. So they came all the way sa Iloilo to meet us. Damo kami mga fraternity brothers and sisters sa Kabangkalan, Sigma Rho. Sino Sigma Rho? Hindi. Wala. The mga good boy, good girl. Yakang mo sa nag-college ko mo eh.
Mga ano lang tayo, mga ano lang.
Yeah. So anyways,
Inong tuba.
we'll continue on mag-communicate through email. You know what you should do is only apply sa school para makuha niyo ang grant. Yeah, so you don't need to decide right away. They're giving you time anyways nga ma-expire kung saan ma-expire ang ilang grant offer. So, what you could do is apply sa school. Don't anay bother sa mga sang application. Basta nga ma-apply ka mo sa school para makuha niyo ang grant. Yeah, I think that would be the best So, i-type ko ang first documents that we would need. Transcripts, resume, and passport. All copies lang, ha? Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna have to let you go. Let me know kung may mga questions ka mo. Thank you sa inyo nga mga time. I think natuyo na ang kalabanan. It's quite late already for you, but then for me, my day just started. So thank you so much, Mickey. Thank you, Mickey, for gathering all of them. I look forward to be assisting you sa inyong application. So the best option is studying in Canada, which you can make it as a pathway to become permanent resident in Canada, and later on Canadian citizens, of course. Yeah, and maybe even start your family here, or you already have your family. Yeah, thank you, Renz. Yeah.
Thank you, Tita.
Salamat.
On posting all the food that you are posting because I like it. Yes, po. Mix.
I believe many of us want to go there kasi sila na kami sa years 3, maybe some of us more than a decade, and then hindi pa diri mga residents sa Thailand.
That's right. And
Although it's good, but wala din.
But coming to Thailand, coming to Thailand is gooder.
Citizens sa Canada. Si Joy, I think, has a question. Hi, Joy.
Question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mute ko gali. Ay, Portuguese.
Nagkakadula si Joy.
Naka-mute ko gali. Kanugon sa ginambal ko to.
Walang question. Okay. Yeah. Sige, nice meeting all of you. Christy, you have one more? Oh, thank you. I think she can't wait to go back to sleep too. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank you, Tita. Thank you, Christy, for your time. Bye-bye. God bless. God bless all.
God bless.
Salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wadi
Okay.
ha. Wadi.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Wadi ha po. Wadi ha. Okay. So the meeting is done. Dandan soy.